What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Draugen. I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you, Sarah, for correcting my pronunciation. Apparently, it's kind of like dragon, but there's an interval or a space or a pause between.
Lissie, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissie? Are you there?
Oh, she mysteriously gone now?
Lissie?
This way!
Okay, no, she's still there. So yeah, apparently it's pronounced Draugen. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Still not quite sure.
Teddy,
Holy.
Word. Look away, Lissie.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily connected.
Oh, come on. Ugh, this is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been...
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. Depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
Fuck. What does that sign say?
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace?
I mean,
You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
I mean, I was about to point that out. I mean, are we just gonna leave him here hanging? Of course not. Or take him down at least. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if that's the proper procedure. I have no idea, man. I wouldn't know if I encountered the hanged person if I would take them down either, but...
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
Right, let's climb up on the chair.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse. Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight...
They're not coming back.
Perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Well, we don't know. It could have been... Simplest solution he believes is often the correct one. The villagers believed Simon
Penny
killed
for your
Ruth,
thoughts?
and so he most likely did. I mean, I wouldn't say that. When tragedy befalls them, Edward thinks people tend to look for a scapegoat. Yeah, that's most likely.
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
Alright. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
I don't know. Oh, we can read this note now.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Maybe just trying to get rid of all the correspondence between them. Man, where the hell are these people?
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean, we just got here. It's a big place. She could be anywhere.
It's just the thought of her alone out there in the dark.
She's a tough cookie, your Betty. Tougher than you, teddy bear.
That she is. I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit. I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
Let's go back into the couch. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the book. Maybe there's something else in it? Let me see.
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth.
Yeah.
But who burned it?
Johann or Anna, if they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so. And we know the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
Like, let me, okay. I thought there would be something else new with it, but apparently not. Okay. So the whole Simon killing Ruth, maybe that was just the We've seen through all of this. That was just the ultimate motivator for them to fall apart. Maybe there were some things else that were driving them apart already, and the accident just completely drove them apart. Alright, let me place the... wait, before I do that. Okay, we saw these clippings as well on the photograph. Okay, yeah, let's place the hats on the mannequin here. Complete the whole set.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
Alright, one last look. The mirror.
You do look exhausted. Go to bed, Edward. I'll tuck you in.
This is a very dark looking mirror. And let's go to bed. Or the couch, in this case.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Right, moving on to day 3. Still no clues about Betty. Only a couple of items we've found. Still need some serious answers. Alright.
Where are you?
Right up the stairs, Teddy.
Oh, she slept in the bastard bedroom or something.
Teddy? Is that you?
Yep.
Where are you?
I'm upstairs.
So just checking if there was something else new there. Oh, she's sleeping in Ruth's room? And Ruth's...
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
Alright, look at this painting though. There's the two families. Look, the Johan and they're they really look angry at each other. Can you see? And that's Ruth, a bit sad, and Simon.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle, Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Cool, let's check out the rest of these paintings as well.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
Treasure.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Very true. What's this?
Draugen.
Hey, Hey,
Oh.
the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the Black Seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you... That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
And your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
All right. I guess we get the meaning of Draugen as well. Oh, Draugen, whatever. Still can't get the pronunciation right, but oh, it must.
We've never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson, the curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy. It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew... It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
Oh, there's maybe one. I don't know, because that says curse or the curse or whatever it was. Maybe what Ruth found
Don't you want to open the box?
summoned the Draugen. Could that be?
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
I mean, if they don't have any monetary value, why would people do terrible things over...
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be careful.
I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Are you coming?
In a minute. You go on ahead.
Alright, let's head to the church. See who the hell's ringing the bell. I mean, there's got to be someone alive in this town. I would hope, at least. Even if it's just Betty.
All these fresh graves.
Yep.
Do you think that...
No one's touched these since yesterday. Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
How do we go inside? We yank the boards?
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through...
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
Yeah, I'll try. Is this a Christian church, by the way? I mean, I don't see a cross anywhere. Why would we assume these gods? I don't know. They're the same gods? Who knows? Oh, it looks like Jesus Christ in there, so I mean... Yeah, okay.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Yeah, and there's a big old cross there as well. How do we...
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Come on, Edward, you can do it.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet.
Yeah, let's...
Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
So who the hell?
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you. It's ghosts! So what happened to the Hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church... Lissie. Look. Betty's gloves.
Oh my days.
They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make sense.
Breadcrumbs. She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a
Betty will
labyrinth.
have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
I mean, why wouldn't I get excited about it? It's another piece of her clothes, another clue, I guess. But I mean, am I going...
Here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
Am I going to find Betty naked? Is this where the game is telling me? Let's check what's this book.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
Vandals. Tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look. How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
Competition, what? Like finding the pages?
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
What's this? Is this Latin? Kinda looks like... I don't know, I don't know. And a tapestry as well, I don't know.
I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Plus he's not here at the moment, so...
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic. I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Okay. Passage, I guess, talks about reparations.
Found another one. You
Really?
get it. It's right here.
Oh, here we go. Thank you.
Just one more page missing.
This one had a lot more names in it. Okay, let me check up here. Here we go. Oh, maybe not.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher in the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Let's see, what's this?
Tilly Verandre.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Oh, there's the page here. Was that there before? I didn't even
2 for
notice
2.
that.
A tie. Good job, Teddy, old
Stop,
bean.
Lissie. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Biddy, biddy, biddy. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
Really, I was looking at the church here. I really like this church, and the churches in Portugal and Spain, at least the ones I've seen. Everything, and France. Everything is so built up, so luxurious, gold everywhere, gold plating everywhere and shit, statues, whatnot. And this one's so like simple, just like woods all around, some tapestry, and that's pretty much it. I like it. I like simple churches. Alright, let's get these pages back in the book.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Oh my god.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mord?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For
Traitor.
Who are the traitors? Ruth Lokkeberg and Harald Lindevold? Not sure.
Edward? What's wrong?
Final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better... Where is it?
She can't be. Coming all this way here?
This one. It's... unmarked.
Alright then. I was looking at the old graves. Let's dig this up. Oh my god.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Thank God. It's not her.
Edward, what have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister
Or
like
what?
that.
Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
What?
Lissie? Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
What the fuck? Was she in our imaginations? What? No way.
Lissie? Where are you? Lissie?
Where is she?
Alice? Alice, please.
Where is this path?
Come back to me.
Oh, that leads us to the okay.
Where are you?
Let's go back to the let's go back to the Fratland's house.
Don't leave me.
Was she never real? What the fuck? Oh, there she is.
I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me. No!
What? Am I going mad? Like slowly descending to madness?
Lissie.
The fuck?
Hey,
Stop it.
Lissie, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Shit.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
How can you say that?
Deserve to be alone.
I just had to be sure. I mean, it's a bit comprehensible what he did. Although it's wrong, like digging up a grave. But still, he didn't know. He had to be sure. I mean,
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet? Your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable. Lissie. Alice. No. No, no, no.
where's she gone?
What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no, 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 no!
Fuck.
No! Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please, don't.
You make me sick, Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No,